time that we sink in ourselves and learn the magic of fearlessness, empathy, be compassionate, yet be strong. All these are not my words. These are great words of our speaker today, guest today, very, very special. Shilka ma'am, welcome.
Thank you so much, and thank you for the words. You know, it was like so put in together beautifully, Sunny. So thank you for putting all of this together. Thank you for, I have seen other interviews of yours, and I see how beautifully you conduct all of them. And you know, when you reached out to me, we had some cancellations and some reschedulings and all of that. So all that is schedule and all of that, I wish I could do better. But yes, thanks a lot for putting all these efforts, for helping so many coaches, helping so many people reach out. I think first, all the credit goes to you. So thank you, Sunny, and great work. Good job.
I'm feeling like a guest now that you pumped up and you encouraged me like a great coach, great leader that you are. So it's the other way around now. Yeah. I am thankful because it is a dream come true to sit in front of you. You know, the super 100 of India, the best speaker and author. So let's start with your book. Please tell us something about your book. What do you do
So
and how did you do
I'm
it?
glad you're starting with the book. So I love to talk about it because most of it, and it's what I talk about, Sunny. So there are many coaches. There are many coaches that you come across. There are many coaches that people come across, and what I have seen, sadly, is people just say what they have learned. You know, and there's a big difference between saying what you learn and saying what you experience. And I am on this sorry.
Yeah, you'll have to get
Okay.
repeat the last lines. We lost your internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just saying that there's this saying what you have learned or what you know,
Yes.
and there's saying what you have experienced for real. This
Yes.
real thing that you have experienced in your heart, not just heard from somewhere. You have done
Yes.
it for real, and you have like seen the results, and you know that it works. That is the kind of thing that I have told in my book. That is the kind of things that I say in even my coachings and anything that I do, because I believe if I can't do it, how will my clients do it?
Yes.
There's no point in preaching, right? There's no point in preaching. It's just about, if I can be honest to myself, if I can be honest to my clients, that okay, this worked. I was here, you are here right now, I was here. So if I can get here, you can get here. And let me
Yes.
just tell you quickly about what worked for me.
Yes.
And the first thing that worked for me was forgetting the identity that was given to me by the society. Those conditionings, those subconscious thoughts, those subconscious feelings, those subconscious, I would say, emotions, right? Those were not mine. I had started to feel that, who's this person? Who am I becoming? Who have I become? I don't even identify this person with myself, right? And that is where the entire inspiration for that book came from, right? And then I realized many people would come and tell me, yeah, my parents are like that. You know what? My father is like this. He also has anger issues. That is why I have anger issues. My mom has depression. That is why I have depression. Depression is in my family. People say that. I have people in my home say that, Sunny. It's in my family. Depression is in the genes, right? So I know that for real, and I know I have felt that for real, how it feels. When there is something like depression in your family, and when you're going through a rough phase, you're so scared that mujhe nahi padna hai aise. I don't want to be depressed, right? But then when you grow up, I'm not talking to adults in my book. I'm not talking to young adults, like not till 24, 25. There is a lot more that they're exploring, confused about, and all of that going around, right? But when you are at your 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, up, right? Uske baad, I don't think it's prudent enough, or it's justified enough that you blame your parents, right? So you need to know that you are not your parents. So many people think that I wrote it against parents. No, I haven't written it against parents. I love my parents. I love to be a parent someday. It's not against parents. It's about taking responsibility for who you are instead of blaming your parents. Because what the society does is, the moment you're born, the first chapter, if you read, the moment you are born, अरे ये तो पापा की बेटी है, अरे ये तो मम्मी की बेटी है, I've heard this all my life.
Yes.
And on what basis? On the basis of my color. पापा जैसी हुई है, मम्मी जैसी होती तो दूध सी गोरी होती है ना. So these are biases. These are not justified. These create issues growing up, which people don't realize.
Almighty chose you for this divine message to awaken so many. Please tell us about your life coaching company, the name, wo kaise aaya?
That's interesting. So many people ask me that it's so interesting, Shilka, where did it come from? And I say it came from just a painting. I had drawn this painting. I will, I'll just keep that painting with me in the next interviews, because everybody asks this question. This painting was something that I just drew for some 4 to 5 years back. I draw. So I was just drawing, and I thought that, okay, there's this friend of mine who's an artist, and I told him that, today I'm just going to draw me. I'm just going to draw an aspirational me. And I just started, Sunny. I just started drawing. And I came up with that logo. This woman who had the universe within her. Okay. The face was blank. Okay. The woman had curls, signifying strength, signifying courage. And then it had fierce wings, showing that, okay, she can go and achieve anything that she wants. That is what the logo was about. And then coming to the name, Fearless Whisper, as I told you, I was struggling with having my own voice. I didn't know what my real voice was anymore. So there's this quote by Steven Spielberg when he says that, that your intuition or God or whatever you believe in, nature, whatever is your God, speaks to you in whisper. It doesn't shout, it speaks to you in whispers. And when you keep ignoring it, it starts shouting in terms of the situations that come in your life, right? This I got to know after I chose the name, honestly. But I was like, I just saw, I don't know, honestly, when it came, it was like a matter of time. But fearless is what I wanted to become. And the whisper is what I wanted to hear.
बढ़िया है. ये
So I think
कंपैशन और स्ट्रेंथ का कॉम्बिनेशन कैसे आया वो बताओ अब.
आप जब आप fearless बनने की कोशिश करते हो, या फिर आप अपनी आवाज सुनने की कोशिश करते हो, when you start doing all that, the biggest problem I have seen is when you can't do it for some time. You try and you can't do it. You try things. These are people who are very ambitious, right? They're very ambitious. And when they can't do it, they start blaming themselves. They start judging themselves. They start saying bad things. They start feeling like a loser. They start feeling like so inadequate, so not enough, so all of these feelings. And they think that if they are hard on themselves, if they can wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning and do the discipline and do all of that, they will change their lives and everything. But then they again can't do it. वो भी नहीं होता. And that creates more frustration.
Yes.
That creates more frustration, and that creates you run away more from yourself. You are getting farther away from yourself instead of connecting. And you know what? I realized that the one thing that was very, very, very important here was empathy. self-empathy. Giving yourself that space, understanding yourself. I come from a background, and this is the first time I'm saying it on any interview, and I'm happy to share this because I come from a background of a lot of childhood trauma. I come from a background of a lot of relationship trauma, and I know how difficult it is for somebody with that kind of trauma to get over that and do something, because we are in a constant mode of self-sabotage of I can't hear you, Sunny, sorry.
या तो ये मैजिक कैसे हुआ आपकी लाइफ में आफ्टर ऑल
Exactly.
दिस?
So ये मैजिक ना हो नहीं रहा था सनी.
अच्छा,
Honestly मैं
ये
बताती हूँ ना
शॉर्ट में बताना कि ये कैसे हो गया. जैसे 2 टिप्स बता दो आप हमें कि सनी कम ऑन 1 2 डू दिस एंड इट विल हैपन.
That is what I'm saying, trying to say, Sunny. ये ना ऐसे होता नहीं है. जो भी मैं करने की कोशिश कर रही थी कि मैं ये करूंगी तो शायद बेटर हो जाएगा, वो करूंगी तो शायद बेटर हो जाएगा, नहीं होता है. Self empathy comes in here. Sit with yourself, give yourself space to exist. Listen to yourself. What is it that your heart is saying, what you are not listening? I went to coaching, I went to therapy, and what my coaches said was, leave your shoulds. इतने shoulds क्यों हैं तेरी life में? I should wake up, I should do this, I should. And I just changed it to I choose to. And then I thought, do I really want this? Do I really want this? Who told me that this? अरे Elon Musk 5 बजे उठा है, मैं नहीं हूँ यार Elon Musk. Getting my point? I will be Shilka, and I might be much better than Elon Musk someday, right? I'm just saying, right? But then the thing is that if you have to be, first give yourself that space to exist.
If anybody is looking for a coach, it is Shilka. That's it. If anybody wants a free, beautiful, best session, it is this session. And if God has chosen this time and both of us, I needed to hear this. And I'm sure you read my feelings and face and expressions. Yes, I had my aha moments. क्या ये
I'm so glad
के जी रहे हैं और अपने लिए compassion नहीं है. Because I thought, okay, strength for life, compassion दूसरों के लिए. But अब समझ आ रहा है मेरे को, यार, give myself place to exist.
Compassion ऐसी चीज है ना सनी, अगर आप खुद के लिए compassionate नहीं हो सकते, if you cannot be empathetic towards yourself, you cannot be empathetic towards anybody.
सही बात है. लव के लिए भी यही बोलते हैं, अपने को प्यार नहीं किया तो फिर दूसरे के लिए तो फिर ड्रामा है, वर्ड है, वो बार्टर है और वो अटैचमेंट है. So there's a little bit of difference between self-love and self-empathy, honestly. Go ahead. Yeah, love and self-empathy. So self-love and self-empathy. So self-love is something which is a result of self-empathy. Okay? Aj, if I'm sitting with myself, I might realize that self-love is not my problem. My problem is I have trauma. Or I might realize that my problem is I need to be harder on myself. That can also be a result of self-empathy. आपको ये realize हो सकता है that maybe I need to do more. But only after you have given yourself that space to speak out, to express, to actually know what you really want. Instead of setting standards, instead of having so many shoulds, right? When you understand that, acha, this is what I want for real, and to reach here is a huge task in the first thing. लोग सोचते हैं ना, मुझे ये चाहिए तो अब मैं कोशिश करता हूँ. I want to wake up at 5 a.m. every day, so let me start doing that. But first figure out, do you want to wake up at 5 a.m. at all or not? Clarity. Crystal clear clarity. And वो अपने साथ बैठने से आएगी. Some people can wake up at 10 a.m.
some people can wake up at 1 p.m. in the afternoon and still get much more done than somebody who wakes up at 5 a.m. and sleeps throughout the day.
बढ़िया, accept life. अब आप हमें बताइए, one happiest moment of yours. Like that.
I think it came the day I released my book. Sunny, I was बचपन से मुझे लिखना, I am a poet. My father is a poet, so I also write, and मुझे लिखना बहुत पसंद है. मैं गाने लिखती थी.
अब ना मैं लालची हो रहा हूँ.
अपने
Second
friends को
happiest moment, एक और बार वो expression देके बोलना. Second happiest moment.
second happiest moment. Okay, first तो ये हो गया the day I released my book. Second happiest moment was so many moments actually. What should I say?
So many, कुछ भी बोल दो. ऐसा क्या है? हम तीसरा भी पूछ लेंगे आपसे.
ऐसे आप happiest पूछ रहे हो ना, so
नहीं,
thinking
happy भी चलेगा. हमें तीसरा भी बताना आप, क्योंकि फिर लालच आता है. You know what? Guest smiled and felt happy. Wow, book. And when you recollect, you feel happy. When we see you happy, we also feel happy.
So my second happiest moment would be, honestly, there are a lot of moments with my family. I love being with my family. I love being with my parents, specifically my mother. I'm a mummy ka bacha kind of, completely. So any moment of her happiness, like you were saying, like that second happiest moment, and just her face popped on in my head. Like
when was the moment when she felt, wow, Shilka Jindabad, Shilka, I'm proud of you? ऐसा क्या moment?
Oh my God. I think super speaker was one, because when the 250 thing came, my mom was like, beta 250 हो गया ना, अब इसके आगे थोड़ी होगा, मतलब इतने लोग हैं, there are so many people who are so much better, and it was not about her belief in me, it was about her belief in like, am I stuck? Sorry.
हाँ, थोड़ा सा stuck. But it's okay, मुझे समझ आ गया. Super 100. मैंने आपका नाम भी ऐसे ही सेव किया है. Shilka ji Super 100. So great. I'm super happy. And miles to go. And I wish you all the best to keep inspiring, to keep touching lives in many ways and always. I'm thankful to you for the gift of your time, for the gift of your coaching, because I really felt every minute spent with you was मेरी coaching हो रही है. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much.